Hello everyone, how's it going? This is Bage here, and I'm here with the NPL Season 5, Week 5, Game of the Week, with Aberforth versus Rob here. And I am not alone, I'm here with my co-host, Davfernape. Dave, if you want to say hi.
Yo, what's up everybody? It's Davfernape here.
So, Dave, do you have any early game thoughts before we get started here?
Victini looks like it's countered pretty hard by Rob's team, but it's probably one of the only ways, besides maybe an HP Fire Diancie, of getting rid of the Scizor, which looks like a huge threat, especially if it gets off of Swords Dance, and Victini is in range of Bullet Punch, which I believe would be about 25%. Cresselia looks like it's been walled pretty well. And Sneasel, I guess, is Baby Weavile, which is a check to the Latios, which looks pretty threatening other than that.
Yeah. So, let's just get right on to the battle here, as we have Aberforth, who is going to be leading with Empoleon, and Rob, who's going to be leading with Arcanine. Now, Rob here can just go for a Flare, steal a bunch of damage, but he's actually going to switch out right into that Latios. What do you think that is, why do you think that is, Dave?
Maybe the Arcanine is one of the few counters, like if he ran Fizz Def to, the Victini, especially if it turns out like it has like some way of hitting, Seismitoad and Greninja. He definitely wants to save the Arcanine, as it's pretty much a hard wall to that thing, and doesn't want to taking a Scald, doesn't want to taking, anything, a Toxic even, from the Empoleon. But I guess he's free to just set up rocks here anyway, and going into Latios would just make it so he can defog the rocks anyway. But I don't think Latios can really touch Empoleon. I'm not sure about its set. But,
maybe if it's carrying T-Bolt.
That's true.
So,
Specs T-Bolt would do a lot.
Yeah. And so we're going to see what's going to happen here, as this Latios is going to go for Earthquake, so that is a lot of Fizz Def too. Do you think that's max?
Either this Empoleon could be Spidef, or Latios is, or if the Empoleon's Fizz Def, Latios has got to be like max attack.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and as we're about to see right now, this, our suspicions are going to be clear right now that this Latios is going to be a more physical Latios, because it goes for Dragon Claw and knocking out the Empoleon.
It looks like that was an offensive Empoleon too, because it had Life Orb.
Yeah, and right now, Aberforth is going to go into his best check for the Latios, which is Weavile, as his Latios is going to go for Dragon Claw, dealing a whole bunch of damage to that Sneasel. I said Weavile before, my bad. As the Sneasel here is going to go for knockoff, easy play. Latios can't come back in on rocks. And here comes the Scizor, he can easily just Bullet Punch or SD up. And he is going to go for the Bullet Punch right now, and there goes Sneasel. It doesn't really have much purpose anymore, other than maybe taking on the Nidoqueen. As he's going to bring out his counter, as Aberforth is going to bring out his counter, which is Victini, as Rob here is going to bring out the Arcanine. And Victini's going to show Flame Charge. I think it was a bit too soon to show Flame Charge. I think he should have gone for a different move, maybe expecting Arcanine or even the Seismitoad to come in. Do you think it was too late for the Victini to come in?
I mean, I don't think the timing was right for him to go to Flame Charge, especially since he knew that there's 4 Pokemon that resist that attack that are definitely going to get switched in. So, if I were Abe, I would have probably just gone for the high-powered attack, anything to just do damage, because, yeah, you might be faster, but you're probably not going to be able to OHKO the Pokemon in front of you. So, especially with Arcanine and Seismitoad probably being slower, and he doesn't know about the Nidoqueen set, but if it's not Choice Scarfed, he's probably faster.
Alright, and so we're going to continue with the battle here as we see it in Rob. Yeah. So Victini here is going to go for Psychic, and it's going to get Spidef drop on the Arcanine. Doesn't really matter. His Arcanine is going to go for a Flamethrower. The Spidef drop might matter because he can go for a Blue Flare now and knock out the Arcanine. As he does, Arcanine is now down. Arcanine doesn't really do all that much, maybe except for the Mega Diancie, but that's about it. And now Aberforth here is going to switch out into his Cresselia, probably scouting out the Nidoqueen set, see what it can do, because he brought that right out, even though Aberforth already shown his opponent that he is Psychic, as Rob, as Aberforth here, is going to switch out on the Cresselia, and Nidoqueen is going to go for Toxic Spikes. Now, why do you think Rob here stayed in on the Nidoqueen? Do you think he was that sure that he could take any hit that this Cresselia wanted to go for?
Well, if this Nidoqueen does turn out to be like Assault Vest, looking at the way he switched it in, it probably is. Like, switch it into the Victini. So, I think that wasn't the best play, because if he got too much damage off on the Nidoqueen, excuse me, the Victini could just straight up clean sweep, and I think the only Pokemon it's not faster than at this point would be the Greninja. So if he got a Flame Charge, I think it would pretty much win, especially since we've seen its special. It most likely has Energy Ball. I hope it does. Maybe a Rindleberry Seismitoad could live, but still puts a huge dent in his hole and just breaks his walls. So Abe was probably thinking that Rob would switch out here, trying to conserve the Nidoqueen's health, because it's his main way of dealing with the Victini.
Alright, and we're going to continue on with the battle here, as Aberforth is going to go for a Substitute. That really makes no real sense, as now he can go for a Psychic. As the Nidoqueen is going to go for an Earth Power, there's really no reason for him to go for a Substitute. Like, maybe to scout, but at the same time, he already knew that the Nidoqueen had Earth Power. Just a really, really weird play, in my opinion. Just weird. And the Cloyster is going to go for Surf, knocking out the Nidoqueen. As Rob here is going to go right onto his Seismitoad, as it is a pretty good counter to the Cloyster, as it hasn't Shell Smashed up yet. As Aberforth here is going to go right out into the Cresselia, as Aberforth is going to go right out into the Victini. And it's going to take a whole bunch of damage from the Toxic Spikes and the Stealth Rocks. Yeah, that thing's already at 50% now, and it probably can't take... And now it can't come back in on Rocks, because Bullet Punch will take it out once you include Poison. Yeah, he just, in my opinion, he just wasted his only real win con against Rob here. So do you have any thoughts with that?
Basically, he has to decide at this point what his best way of winning is. So maybe he sees a way with Cresselia if it's like Hidden Power Fire or something. Also, Cloyster, if it does get a Shell Smash, has a pretty good chance of winning the game. He still does have, Bullet Punching Scizor, and it's not going to be easy for him, but Abe basically at this point just has to think, what is my least valuable Pokemon, and how do I get as close as possible to winning?
Alright, so that's fair enough. And we're going to continue on with the battle right here, as Aberforth is going to reveal Energy Ball, and the Seismitoad now goes down, but now Rob here can just easily bring in his Greninja and deal a bunt, and just knock out the Victini with the Dark Pulse. Aberforth doesn't really have a switch-in. Cresselia can't take a lot of those if it is a switch-in, like it needs to come in at near perfect health, as he's not going to bring the Cloyster, as Rob here is going to switch out. It doesn't really matter, just because at this point Scizor does look like it can clean up, or Scizor plus Greninja, as Aberforth here is gonna set up with the Cloyster, gonna be able to live the Bullet Punch, but it's not gonna be able to live a second one because of Poison, as he's gonna go for a Surf, and yeah, if he had Ice Shard, the Scizor probably would have gone down, and then Cloyster would have had a really good chance at winning. But the Cloyster does go down, and here comes Cresselia. Now then, here's the misplay right now. He Calm Minds up. We calced it, and the Cresselia had a very, very good chance of knocking out the Scizor with a Psyshock, but instead he Calm Minds up. We don't know if he was probably thinking long game, if he could not take on the Greninja, but either way, it depends on whether or not the Scizor has Roost that this game is decided. So we're going to see right now, and the Scizor does have Roost, and that's going to be game right there, because the Scizor can just not take it out with SD plus U-turn. Like that's going to be game right there. As we are just going to fast forward a little bit, as we can see that Psyshock only does 12% at +2. So we're just going to fast forward, and let me just go back to the last turn. As he's going to go for +5, the Scizor is now at +6. As now the Cresselia is going to be +5, and the Scizor is just going to go for U-turn, knocking out the Cresselia, and that's going to be game here. And both coaches had really, really cool sets. They both played very, very well. What do you think was I think Aberforth lost when he brought in that Victini on the rocks and the poison, and he couldn't switch into it anymore. So, do you have any final thoughts for this game?
I don't think that was a misplay. I think that was probably one of his better plays. Because most people would have saved Victini, but I think he did make the smart play in sacking it because he didn't need it anymore, and it still took down the Seismitoad, which definitely paved the way for Cloyster, and it was 6% that was stopping Cloyster from winning.
Mm-hmm.
What I think cost Abe the match was not taking the damage, not dealing the damage that he needed on Nidoqueen. Yes, he probably predicted Rob to switch out, and that's just the way that Abe plays. He makes very aggressive plays and tries to put his opponent on a lot of pressure and make the opponent have to play the game that Abe wants him to play. But Rob, he won it all by the team building and making the safe, smart plays.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Abe could have won if he just got the necessary damage off on Nidoqueen to make it so that it couldn't live one attack from a Victini, even if it was like some Psychic Resist Berry or Assault Vest. And the game would have definitely gone differently if he just decided to straight up attack it. As well as if Cresselia is Psyshocked, even if it wasn't 100% to knock out, he definitely had a higher chance to win the game there because he still got a chance to knock it out and crit, whereas if it roosts, 0% win chance. There's literally no way you can win.
Alright, fair enough. So guys, that is going to be the end of the episode here. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hopefully we can keep on doing videos where the both of us are talking. And yeah, guys, hope you have a nice day. And yeah, bye.
Subscribe.
Yeah.